All right, guys, today I'm going to go through the painful reality of searching for a job in 2026. A bit of a list to go through here, so we're just going to dive right into it. So, for starters, here's the number of resumes I've sent personally through Indeed, such as sites such as Indeed. 285 on Indeed. I got 55 on LinkedIn. I sent one on Facebook, and I sent 30 on Glassdoor. This is in Canada, for anyone wondering. And the number of responses I got for each of these would be 7 on Indeed, 3 on LinkedIn, 1 on Facebook. We'll get into this later. We'll get into the whole Facebook story later. This is what has been the crux of this video, basically. This is what inspired this video, is this one Facebook response. And then also 0 at Glassdoor. So to me, Glassdoor is useless. I've sent too many, and each one of these requires like you to fill out the company's own web form. So you send them your resume, and then because everyone's using AI to scan through everything, you have to fill out their own web form as well. So that's a big issue with the current job market. So it's not even that nobody wants to work; it's that you send in a resume and you never get called back. So, I mean, you never get an interview, and if you never get an interview, you're never going to get a job. It's just the reality of this current job market. It really sucks. Let's get into the Facebook story. So I went to an agency today. So I found this ad on Facebook about someone looking for background actors. Now, I don't have any personal experience in acting at all, but I thought, why not just throw anything against the wall and see if it sticks? So it was about a month ago, I applied on Facebook to this people looking for background, like this. It was a group looking for background actors. Now, I was under the impression that the film and the roles were already in place. Now, I was completely wrong, and when I finally did arrive, it was a talent agency. Now, I'm going to show you their math, because while I was sitting there filling out the form, signing up, I noticed that their rent for the office was on. They had it was in a building that sold office space, and the office space was on sale because nobody is renting office in downtown where I live. Ever since COVID really gutted downtown. It gutted a lot of things. That's another video I'm going to get into, is about like how everything used to be open 24/7, or some places used to be open 24/7. That's a whole other video. I'm going to get into it at a later date. Sorry. At a later date, I will get into that. Right now, I just wanted to talk about this. So they have 2 employees, and if they're lucky, they're getting paid around $18 an hour. If they're lucky. This is Canadian dollars. So if they're lucky, they're getting paid that much. That's a high wage for what they're doing. And then they are asking $19.99 a month for a minimum of 3 months to subscribe to their service. Now, this works out to about 26 subscriptions, overpays for the office. So you're paying for the office and you got a little bit extra. And then 157 subscriptions will pay for 1 employee's wage per month, and another 157 will pay for the second employee's wage. So you need a total of 340 subscriptions. You're breaking even. It's actually 339 subscriptions, and in a city, that's not that hard to get, I assume. If you're good with people and you're like really outgoing, something that I'm not, that's gonna be easy. Especially since it's an acting gigs, and you're playing on people's hopes and dreams, really. And when you play that game, more people are willing to jump into it because optimism and all that. I've become more optimistic since moving here, but I still have a fairly pessimistic view on some things. So uh, I sort of jumped out of this when I realized what they were doing. Uh, but that brings me to what I've realized. At this point in my career searching journey, it would be pretty much more, I would be more successful at starting my own business than working in someone else's. All the time that I spent, like if we go back, I'm going to go back here to this page here. This is a lot. And I know that there's people who have done way more than this. But if you're filling out, like, each company has their own workaday job portal. It's basically the same thing for every company. You have to fill out everything, even though you gave them your resume. And sometimes your resume, you can use your resume to autofill the form, but it doesn't autofill everything. Maybe I'm just formatting my resumes wrong. I'm formatting them for a person's most of the time. It's only recently, like the past week or so, I've been formatting them for, automatically filling out the forms. So that's happening. So we go through all this math again. And then, yeah, at this point, it's more productive for my time to just start a business or start trying to make money on my own than it would be to work at somebody else's business. But also, or trying to even work at somebody else's business. But also, there's another interesting thing that I have tried a couple of times, and I will probably try more now that I've hit this kind of zenith or this like point of no return. I think that going back to the days when you physically go to the location and hand in your resume is going to be more productive than sending resumes out online. We're going to go back to the point where just going somewhere and handing them your resume is a better outcome. Is possibly a better outcome. So the more things change, the more they stay the same, I guess. Yeah, that's about it. That's my story. It's really rough out there. If we go back to let's go back to this page here. I've sent out, I don't even know how many that is. I didn't even do the math for this. This is like 85, 86, 280. This is 360, 371, if I'm correct. I'm probably wrong on that. Somebody can correct me in the comments. 371, I think. Because 280 and 80 is 360. And then we have to add tens. Yeah, 371 about. I'm assuming. So that's that. And I've only got like 11 responses. And the Facebook one is that was the most recent one, and I don't envy anyone looking for a job in this job market. I decided I wanted to change careers, move to a new city, change careers. I thought it'd be like, smooth sailing. I got everything figured out. But I didn't have anything figured out, it turns out, and I'm learning as I go. So that's how that is going. I hope everybody else is having a better time looking for a job than I am, but it seems like this is a pretty common occurrence, and it sucks. subscribe for more videos if you want, like this one. I'm gonna have a couple more coming out here. I'll get to that 24-hour video. I want to do the video on stores that used to be open 24 hours here and some like pitfalls that we're running into and stuff. But yeah, just, and then I got more ideas for I got more commander deck videos coming out. I got some commander decks that I've built a while ago that I'll go through if anyone's interested in those. Other than that, I'm gonna probably do some gaming stuff at some point, but that's probably further down than the future. I'm just hoping to find a job. I've been hoping to find a job for about since the end of November, basically, and it hasn't gone as well as I'd hoped. So here I am making videos about my experience instead. Have a good day. See you in the next video, I guess.